Welcome back. This is the morning show here on Signature TV. So we're talking today about sanitation and hygiene promotion in communities and school, the imperative. Tokuala Chuku joins us via Zoom this morning. She is a safety and sanitation expert. Good to have you. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. How are you?
Okay, can you just give us an overview of what challenges communities and school face when it comes to promotion of sanitation and hygiene?
Yeah, for promotion of hygiene, especially, I'm going to talk about schools first because we just had a project where we tried to merge schools and communities about knowing the roles and responsibilities for each of them. The communities complain that the schools don't talk to them about their challenges. Meanwhile, the schools are relying solely on the government to provide those the tools they need and what they actually need for sanitation promotion. So we had to tell them that, okay, fine, the communities are there to help you, like the community leaders, the CDCs and co, they are there to help you with some funds if you actually need them. And the schools are like, oh, they're not even aware of it, that they have those challenges. But since it's the government, now I'm talking about the government schools, not the private schools. Since it's the government schools, they go to the Ministry of Health, or they need this for money and cleaners and things they need in the schools, and they don't have those supplies for the school. So the students have to sometimes bring them to school, and they have like limited funds, of course, to do that. So we're like, okay, fine. We'll take those challenges now back to the ministries and come back to give them whatever support that they need eventually. So it's like nobody, the roles and the responsibilities are not really defined between the schools and the communities, but the schools really face it because the children come to the schools first of all. But the communities will just maybe worried about OD and no portable toilets, or no toilets where they can actually use. But the schools, like they have the toilets, how are they going to maintain them? What's the funds to maintain them? Where are the funds to get the supplies eventually for the children to use, and also for the teachers also. Did I clear that?
All right.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. What about the communities?
The communities, they are actually thinking about their own responsibility. Like we actually pointed out their responsibilities. Do you have toilets around in your communities? Do you have like places where people can actually use? Do you have meetings with the leaders? Of course, yeah, we have to talk about the leaders. We equip you with this responsibility, we equip you with this knowledge. How do you go back to your community and actually tell them, oh, fine, you need to do this, you need to do that to make sure that your community is safe? So we're just like, okay, fine, this is what you need to do. We have the promotion kits, we have posters, we have ways for you to actually take up knowledge to the communities. How are you going to enforce it? So they have like the challenges where we need to, yeah, it's like hierarchy. You need to talk to this, to this, to this before you get to this. So it doesn't really start from there. You can't just go into a community and say, oh, fine, I want to do hygiene. You need to actually consult some leaders, some hygiene promotion, you need to consult some leaders, and those things actually take some time. So we just equip them, okay, fine. You are responsible, you are the leaders, you are the youth leaders, you're the women leader, you are the CDCs. If you have like weekly meetings, have like hygiene groups or hygiene clubs or promotion clubs, you could go about and say, okay, fine, the community, we have to keep our community clean. We have to make sure there's no open defecation, which is in turn not just saying we have to make sure there's no open defecation. Have you actually provided facilities for people to go and use, instead of just saying, oh, don't go and defecate in this area? So we have actually equipped. They actually have to be educated in time for them to actually do the work.
Right. Do you think the economic situation or lack of funds or lack of finance, especially exacerbated by the economic situation that we're faced, affect the way and manner sanitation is taking or is seen, or even hygiene as the case may be?
Yeah, of course, the economy is affecting a lot of things, and it's going to affect sanitation and hygiene, especially. But it's not because of the economy now we are complaining about sanitation and hygiene. It's enough for you to complain, but what effort are you putting into it? But the government schools are advised to them, okay, fine, if you are working you're in your school, the school, it's important for the school to be clean for the children to learn. You have to create a learning environment, conducive environment for the children to actually come to learn. You don't want to come to school. You know how people always complain that when the school resumes, that's when children actually have coughs and catarrh and diseases, and they bring it back home and spread to their younger ones or back even to the parents. So you can say the government is not providing, but you can also make other ways. If they're not providing for you, they are like there are some funds you can actually raise within the schools. Okay, fine, we can do this, we can do that, get the cleaners, but it's not economic reason for you to act, because eventually, if you don't spend the money on keeping your environment clear, you're going to spend money on diseases. So you can't really blame it, oh, because the economy is bad, let's divert this funds that we're going to use for this thing, for hygiene and sanitation, to use to do some other things. Eventually, you're going to catch up with the diseases, which is going to happen when your environment is dirty. Then you still have to look for the funds to fix that. So yes, it is a problem. It's a problem for every sector. The economy is really bad. The funds are not available. The government agencies are not available. We also have NGOs that actually their life's work is actually to help gene promotion in communities. You actually raise funds or go to them and ask for funding to actually do this thing. We actually have church organization. We went to some schools and they had some waste bins and some promotion kits then delivered by church donations. So as much as we say yes, it is not, we are not going to push that aside. We still need to deal with the fact that a safe environment is going to be beneficial to your health. We still need to put in the work instead of just putting it on the blame on economic instability.
All right. What low cost solutions or low cost innovative solutions have been proven effective in, helping
I don't
push
get the question.
hygiene and sanitation in schools? Do you know of any?
Okay, no low cost. We have some schools that don't have the water supply, constant water supply. We have those TP tanks and taps, the ones with the buckets where you can actually on and wash your hands. We have those hygiene because really the number one step in hygiene, safe hygiene, is washing of hands, which will reduce drastically the amount of diseases we deal with. So we have those ones which have been provided from some activities that we have done for hygiene and sanitation promotion in schools. We have the sticky tanks, we have the EIC tools, the posters, flyers, constant education of the teachers and the school. Then we have the washcloths, which have actually been established in the schools, which I think once a week we encourage for them to meet once a week to actually still talk about it. It's a continuous process. It's not you just go in today, you talk about, oh, you need to wash your hands every day. You need to wash your hands every day. But no, if you are not being reminded, I mean, for the children, if the basic amenities are not present, you can't really do it. So it starts with the education, which most of the schools I can attest to have actually been educated prior to now to actually get word out to the children.
Okay. Do you think cultural and traditional practices basically affect the way and manner people see sanitation, especially on the African continents and by extension, of course, Nigeria?
Yes, absolutely. We always used to say it's more of the social sanitation, as it's more of the social activity right now, because you have some places now, you go to a community, you make you donate toilets. Of course, now the toilets you now have to stay occupied. You even have water to flush the toilet. There are like new technologies that come now with like low water use for toilets, and all those are like extended toilets that they're trying to develop now. But you go to community, you install a toilet there, and somebody tells you, oh, I can't go to the toilet to my forefathers, yeah, or my people did not go to the toilet. Oh, it's not even safe. So there's a lot of social dynamics surrounded the sanitation. Like if I go to the toilet, the toilet is not going to be enclosed in your community. Some communities that really don't have the toilets in their houses. So if I go to the toilet late at night, it's not safe for me. That's a social situation. If I go to the toilet this outside my house, people are going to look at me. It's like a stigma thing. It's like it's a social situation. It's a problem that needs to be fixed. So it's not a one. That's why I say it's like a promotion. It's supposed to be continuous. It's not a one-time thing. You have to keep on educating them. Oh, you need to use the toilet. Toilet is the best option. Some people are already used to doing their business outside. When you now come to them with, oh, there's toilets, they're like, nah, I've been doing this. I've been safe. Why do I need to now switch to this new technology? Since I've been using the other one, I've been actually been okay. So it's like, yeah, it's a constant education, constant promotion of the values and the added advantage of actually using um the new facilities and promoting your safe
Do
hygiene.
you, do you see us having any headway as to addressing these cultural and social practices that, you know, effectively stops us from basically adapting to sanitation routines?
It's yes, I see us doing that, but it starts with the school, the grassroots, the children. You educate a child, express. You tell a child this and in school, the child takes it back home. I need to eat. Oh no, we wash our hands before we eat. I need to do this. Oh, I come out from the toilet. Oh, I need to wash my hands. So it all starts from the school, and the children talk. They go back home, they tell their friends, they tell their parents, they even caution their parents, oh, you need to do that. So I think it needs to start from the school. We need to actually put more effort into hygiene practices in school. I know we always do the last minute preparations when there's actually a epidemic or a virus in town. That's when everybody's like, oh yeah, we need to do, but it needs to be embedded in their curriculum. And they need to have those wash clubs. So it's more like it's going to be a pride thing. Oh, I'm part of the wash club. Everybody wants to be involved in the wash club. We need to make it more fun, more activities that you need to do, more flyers and posters around the school. When you go there, it's like when you see something continually, it becomes a way of life. It becomes what you need to do. So continually. I'm just in a picture of the bucket of the TP tank here. So it's a continuous thing. So you need to start from the schools, from the primary schools, yes, from the primary schools, and continuous education, continuous promotion, then I mean, it's going to make that change you're looking for.
All right. How effective are existing policies on these issues, sanitation and hygiene? And are there policies that you can recommend in order to improve sanitation and hygiene in our communities and schools?
I mean, there are policies, the Ministry of the policies for developed the Ministry of Health, Water Resources. They have the sanitation and hygiene embedded in them. But I mean, is it practical? So it's now we'll now go back to the teachers and the leaders, or like when we say let's not go to leaders, that's too far because it really needs to start from us on working directly in the field. So it's like the policies are there. Who is going to read it out? So some of them, some states are. Look, I'll speak for my states now. We have those policies. We have the law stating these things need to be done. We have the policies, but it will now be like, oh, fine. We know these things, but we don't have funds for that. For that, it still goes back to we need to start from scratch, from small, and basically work our way up. Eventually, we involve the Ministry of Health. We call them, we write out. It's the teachers. We're like, you have the responsibility of taking care of your school environment. So if you close your mouth about it, nobody's going to do anything about it. Your children are not safe in your school. So it's going to be the teachers taking charge to actually work towards achieving that. So if you're going to state, okay, fine, it's here in the policy, it's here in the law, it's here in the review. So you need to be able to like, this is what we have. We need your help. You need to ask for it. You need to demand for it more like.
Right. What role do you think that sanitation plays in order to solve a broader environmental challenges that we may actually have in that regard?
Sanitation. What do you mean like general sanitation or
Yeah.
environmental sanitation?
Do you think that sanitation in itself, that effective sanitation helps to mitigate other environmental problems that we may actually have later in the future?
Yeah, I mean, if your environment isn't clean, you have water coming in. It rains today. Your environment isn't clean, though it takes to mess away and move into other places that are even clean. So sanitation, the first step is you have a clean environment, you have a clean surrounding. Then you work your way up to the other things like, okay, fine, your environment is clean, you're pumping water. Let's just say water and sanitation now. You're pumping water on the one side of your fence. You have your sock away on the other side of your fence, which is even less than maybe 10 meters. I mean, how many people have big houses? Or even if you manage to have it 30, like the recommended value, 30 meters away from each other, your pumping machine just might be close to the fence of your house, which is still your neighbor's sock away. Sanitation plays a vital role. It's like everything is linked together. There's no water without sanitation, there's sanitation without water. So you're drinking the water, you're eating the water, you're cooking with the water. The environment is, you think your environment is safe, meanwhile there's actually something that is linked. So at the end of the day, it's like you start from there, you clean your environment. Safe environment leads to better health, better life, better living.
All right. How do you think communities can actively engage in sanitation and maintaining hygiene and sanitation practices for a sustainable period of time?
Okay, community they usually have, and they used to do some sanitation every Saturday at some point. I don't know why that's done, but it's like we have some communities still do that. Some communities they actually take pride in. Oh, fine. When you come to a community, you can't see any death littering. So it's like you would call you have a picture, you would so sorry, you have a meeting, like a community meeting of people that you need, of what you need to do, or do we need to do like annual or weekly sanitation activity for our community. We go together with do the promotion, we do the hygiene promotion in the community. You call people together. Of course, you get like the leaders. Well, this is what we are going to achieve today. We are going to do hand washing today. Tomorrow, we are going to do cleaning of your gutters. Tomorrow, we are going to do cleaning of the dirt and moving it to the right places for them to be packed and thrown away. So it's more like you need to constantly be on top of it. Constant promotion, constant publicity about it. You need to come together as a community and do that. So there has to be a leader. There has to be will I say a team, a group of people that's going to be like, oh, sanitation department or sanitation or some, yeah, health and sanitation department here for each community. Those we in turn take. So it's more like there's a department. There's going to be like law and order. If this is not working, if you're not doing it properly, there's going to be repercussions for that. So it needs to be like put in their own community law book of how they need to fix things.
Right. On a final note, are there specific things that you would love the public to know that they don't know? Maybe even reaffirm for the public to follow through, especially as it concerns sanitation and hygiene.
Okay, it starts with you. It starts with you. It's not the government. You need to keep your environment clean. Everything is linked together, water and sanitation. So if you think that your dirt outside is not a problem, it's not a problem. It's when you eventually go into the drainages, seep into your pipes, seep into your boreholes. So it's like it's all linked together. Your environment is your safety, it's your first place. So when you keep your environment clean, you keep your health safe and you prevent diseases, which is now going to be spread out. So it's like when the first person is safe, it eventually covers the rest of them. So we just need to keep telling ourselves that we are responsible for our own safety, our own sanitation, our own cleanliness. The government, because it's like everybody's depending on the government. The government needs to do that. The government. How about your own environment? How safe it is. So you need to make yourself safe. You need to make your own environment safe for you to actually live a healthier and better life.
Interesting. Tokuala, Chuku, many thanks for your expert analysis on this particular topic. We appreciate you for your time here.
Thank you very much. Good to have you.
You are welcome. She is a safety and sanitation expert, giving us an insight into sanitation and hygiene promotion in communities and schools.